Hey, y'all, and welcome back to High Vibrations. Last week, we talked about finding joy in the mirror and realizing that you don't have to search for happiness because it's already within you. But let's be real. Sometimes life really makes it hard, right? And it's hard to see joy. It's hard to find joy. So between work, between family, relationships, and just trying to be everything that everybody, y'all, it feels like you're losing control of yourself. I don't know about you, but I don't like that kind of chaos. But guess what? We have to deal with it, and we have all seen it in our lives, right? So you always, not always, but you be exhausted, overwhelmed, and just stretched way too thin. We're gonna kind of talk about being stretched way too thin because there's some stuff that we be saying yes to that we shouldn't even be saying yes to. But we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna stay on track. So here's what we are going to be talking about today, and that's finding balance. When life feels like it is just too much, how do you protect your peace when everything and everybody is pulling at you? Let's get into it, right? All right, so I got a question for you. What's draining you? What is the one thing that keeps draining you and you're just so tired and you just sometimes when I say it feels like it's draining you, it's almost like, listen, that's getting on my nerves. So if they ask me one more time, right? But what is it that's draining you? And before we can fix being overwhelmed, you got to figure out what's causing that issue. Is it your job? Is it your family, your relationship? Or is it you? Sometimes we don't even realize that we're the problem because we allow it. I didn't say that. Maybe it's because you're saying yes too much. And that's what I'm talking about. You're overextending yourself. You're putting your own needs to the back burner. And I know that feeling all too well because y'all, I used to do it all the time. If somebody needed something, I'm the girl. I was actually proud of being, y'all, I'm the girl. Listen, you want something done? Call Ross. She gonna get it done and do it right. Actually, I wouldn't just do it right. I would go overboard. I would sometimes type in the stuff that wasn't even my business. Sometimes I overlap into somebody else's job, but that's okay. Hey, listen. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about, but I'm telling you right now, I was stretched so thin. I just knew something had to change. What about you? We all know that you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So listen, we've all been conditioned to think about other people and say yes. Be the good person. Be a good friend. Be a good mom. Be a good partner. But let me tell you something. You can give your best to other people and you're running on empty. And why is it that we do that? Why are we doing that to ourselves? Saying no does not make you selfish. Taking time for yourself, y'all, does not make you lazy. It does not mean you're not a team player. It does not mean that you don't care. You have to rest, and that's a reward. It's not a reward. It's a requirement. Think about it. You have to rest. You have to leave something for yourself to do. You have to leave some energy for yourself. You gotta leave some leeway so you can take care of yourself. I said yes for so many years. I didn't realize I was giving so much of myself to other people until I realized how I was only finding happiness and joy. It wasn't even joy. It was more like satisfaction in helping other people. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if that's for somebody, but oh my goodness. I almost feel like I mean, it happened so much and I spent so much of my own life doing that. I really feel like, oh my, now I think about it, I've just wasted so much of my precious time that I should have been I should have been doing things that could pour into me and to make me a better person, not to always have to say yes. So it's those small shifts, the small shifts that create balance. And balance doesn't mean that everything is done perfect. It just means that you recognize when you're doing too much for other people. You got to make the small adjustments. What type of adjustments, Roz? What can I do? Well, try this. Try this. Before you say yes to something, ask yourself this. Is this really serving me? See, now we got to learn how to flip this thing back on us. We are the one doing it, so we should get some type of satisfaction out of what we're doing. So ask yourself, is this really serving me? Another thing you can do is take out 5 minutes every single morning for yourself. No phone. And I know it's going to be hard because I had to train myself. Don't pick the phone up the first thing, when you first wake up, because it's right there. We lay it on the side of the bed so that we could reach over there and grab it like really, really fast. Suddenly like, oh, here's the phone, Oh, look, half the time we're asleep. Where's the phone? Knocking it over on the floor, But try that. No phone, no obligation. Just take a moment to be grateful when you wake up. Say a little prayer before those feet hit the floor. Take a deep breath. What is that? What are we doing? We are now setting boundaries from everybody. Social media, keeping up, family. I love y'all, but I won't be answering the phone after 9 o'clock. That's my thing. And you know what's so strange about it? That is something that I actually put in place with my team. I would take it. They would, because I'm in the United States. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, and then I have team members who's in South Africa, Australia, and I would or Pacific Time, Central Time, Mountain Time, Canada. It didn't matter. I was answering the phone and answering those video calls at any time. I didn't set any boundaries. But guess what? I got boundaries. I got boundaries. Here's something else you can do. Here's something else you can do. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I dare you. I double dare you to put that phone on Do Not Disturb. But for real, y'all, those small shifts will help to protect your peace and bring you back to center. And it'll help you feel in control. It'll help you feel, because sometimes we get overwhelmed because we don't really feel like we're in control. So listen, balance is not about having everything figured out. It's about learning when to pause and saying no and when to put yourself first. So here's my challenge to you for this week. I want you to find one thing that really makes you feel good. Commit to it. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's a quiet walk. Maybe it's just giving yourself permission to rest. When was the last time you really got that blanket that you love and it's so snuggly and you went and laid down on the sofa and you just said, y'all, if I'm not up in an hour, wake me up. Or I just need 45 minutes of quiet time. Wake me up in 45 minutes. Or set your phone to Do Not Disturb and to have it to come back on at a certain time. You have the control to get your peace back, y'all. Because let me tell you something. When you do it, when you start giving yourself permission to do these things, to do whatever is best for you. When you do it, when you give yourself permission to do what's best for you, you better do it with a smile on your face. Do you hear me? And I'm telling you right now, joy can be, you can best believe joy will be showing up. It will be showing up really, really soon. It will be showing, you'll be doing things it's like, oh my goodness, you'll just be happy for no reason. But remember this, y'all, for real. Joy does start with you. You don't have to go searching for it. You just have to recognize it. Listen, I love you guys. I will see you again next Tuesday for another episode of High Vibrations. Until then, take care of you.